Hello everyone, how are you? I think this is going to be vlog 38. I'll check it before I upload this, especially since I said that. Where do I begin? I don't know. I cannot believe that Akira, my oldest, is going to be 16 soon, on Wednesday to be exact. And I just want to say that he's an amazing person, human being, growing into a wonderful young gentleman. He is respectful. He's determined. He wants to go to college. I'm not sure if this is a correct title, but he's thinking about wanting to be or studying to be a forensic psychologist. He's goal-oriented. He has a strong head on his shoulders. And although he's been dealing with depression, which was new to us as of July, I asked for permission to say that about him because I have respect for my children, even the littlest one. From the time they're born, they are people, and there are people before that, but you know what I mean. They deserve all the respect in the world, and when you treat your children with respect, you get the point. I'm not going into an Oprah lecture here. I love my children. I love these kids. I'm blessed to have them, and my oldest amazes me. They all do, but I'm talking about him right now because he's turning 16. And oh man, there's so many things I want to say right now. But I just want to say, firstly, that I'm proud of him. You know, he is in independent studies right now because of the depression. We were waiting on counseling. He's doing okay though. He's honestly doing well in his studies. And just as a person, he loves animals, especially his cat Skittles. Our cat, that's our first family animal that we had. Since he was the age of, 2006, we got him June 17, 2006. His father actually found him and brought him into the house, and one of the best animals and awesome addition to the family. Him and Akira have basically grown up together, and they are super close. So, get down, get down, get down. No. Sorry. Anyway, he loves animals. He has a big golden heart. He's smart, and all three of them are thinkers. I mean, from babies to ongoing. You know, they're very, very intelligent and observant. I'm not just saying this because, you know, I carry them in my belly or anything. They are truly awesome. And so it was really heartbreaking when we learned of Akira going through this depression. I knew earlier in the year he was sad. I knew stuff was getting to him, but I, assumed it was just the change of high school and life. And, teenagers go through what they go through. And if you can remember, if you're a teenager watching, it's normal to go through feeling like self-conscious, feeling different things. We just have to learn how to cope and deal and find things that make us feel strong, because no one is more important than the next person. You are important as an individual because you are the only one in this world that is you. And that's special. And to be, I mean, you already won at the race of life because you are, hold on one second. I'm trying to see. Okay, hold on. All right. I'm sorry. I think what I was saying is that you are an individual. And I know that everyone hears that, but there is only one of you. And you're here, and that's awesome. And I mean, I feel like such a hypocrite because I've dealt with depression, especially this year even, and as soon as I knew my son was going through this, July 13th, it was on a Friday, I'm like, all right, depression doesn't just go away, but I had to knock that out of me, like, because of my blindness or whatever, you know, it's the hand that I was dealt. And I have to be stronger than what I've been. Not saying that I haven't given my all and been strong for what I need to be. I'm saying inside of myself. I'm saying as far as whatever, you know, because when you have children, it's no longer about you. And yes, you have to take care of you. But I'm saying as they're children, as they're small, blah, blah, blah. Bottom line, it was worse than just sadness. It was deeper. And at this moment, I don't want to go into the reasoning. It's a lot that hurt him. But it's also a combination of, it's just a combination of things. And there's more to it. But again, I'm just talking about the good of him, of Kira, and also that, you know, he has been dealing with depression, just putting it out there. It took them a while to approve or have an appointment set up for actual counseling. He was getting counseling at his school from his school counselor and, you know, taking whatever measures need to be taken. But finally, he will be having an intake for actual counseling coming up. He's always been very open with me, very close. We've always talked about everything. But he was having suicidal thoughts in July. He hasn't experienced that ever since he's gotten that out. And I know all the truth. He's been an open book with it. And it hurts me. It pains me that my son was having those thoughts because even though I know it's not my fault, it's something I feel like I failed at for him being there because he should never feel that. And I apologize. I'm always trying not to be emotional, but it's really hard when it comes to that. Because he's everything wonderful. And that's what, you know, he's special to me, to all of us, you know. All three of my kids are. I just have to say that because that was the worst pain. Because they came and they took him on July 13th. He had written a post. And when he was taken, I felt helpless as a mother. Hold on. I felt helpless as a mother. And I know it was for the best that they took him, and I thank God because someone intervened, someone online saw his post and they reported it because I guess they didn't hear from him for a couple of days. That's what my son is thinking. He wrote a post on Reddit expressing his feelings in detail. And someone reported him. Sorry. I'm not trying to cry and I'm not trying to sound terrible or look for pity or anything. I'm just expressing. So it was supposed to be a 72-hour hold. And as soon as they took him to, we're in Yellow Valley. They took him to Olive, which is in the San Fernando Valley in Silmar. And that's where he was supposed to have a 72-hour hold. So immediately when they took him, my mom took me to the hospital so that I could see what's going on further. And anyways, I got there, and the sheriffs that picked him up were extremely nice, very sweet. I won't forget how nice they were. Anyways, we got there, and my son was afraid. He was like, well, what's gonna happen, you know, things like that. So I had to leave him there. Of course, that's what a 72-hour hold is. Normally they hold them for 3 days, and then they decide from, you know, talking to the patient, I'm saying in general, what the next step would be. So the next day I went back. You know, he called that night. I talked to him. He was feeling really bad about it, like he did something wrong. And he didn't want to be there because this is just, you know, Olive is a general hospital, like they even do like stuff for people that, like myself, who don't have little to no insurance really. That's where they usually go. So they put him in the, I don't know the proper word for it. So the section where people who are suffering from mental illness, or they put him there. So he called me that night. He said, I really don't want to be here. And I said, I know, but it's for the best. And I thank God that whoever intervened, because I'm glad they did. Anyway, the next day I went and talked to the psychologist that spoke with him. He opened up to her and told her everything of why he was feeling the way he was, or at least some of why. And he was also, after this, very open with his school counselor. He was experiencing a lot of anxiety during class, so I had to take him out a few times. The counselor, he sat with her, and she's amazing. She's an amazing counselor, this lady. And she talked to him and everything. So anyway, the psychologist at the hospital basically, I first wanted to keep him, but I'm like, is there any way, does he need to be here, or, you know? And she said, yeah, I think that would be, no, what did she say? I don't know. She witnessed how Akira and I had talked to each other and how open we are, and he has a lot of respect for you. He loves you. He is very open with you. And she said, I guess she said based on that she would let him go that day. She said, I mean, because even about the suicidal thoughts, he was open. And anyway, later that afternoon, probably around 4 or 5, they did let him go and come home with me. Whether that was the best thing or not, I don't know, but he hasn't tried to hurt himself since then. Yes, he has his days, his rough days. He has his rough days. He has his reasons for hurting, and anyway, his birthday is coming up. And then I had to get hit hard this month with it's a whole other topic I want to talk about. Hold on one second. I want to try. Hold on one sec. Alright, I'm sorry about that. I had to take a little breather. Where was I? Anyway, I don't remember where I was, so he's doing a lot better. I mean, I'm not saying a lot better. He's coping. He's open when he has his hard days. He speaks up. We talk, and he has been doing better though since that has been out in the open. And the counseling with his school counselor helped him a lot. He says a lot that helps him is talking, music, things like that. So his birthday's coming up. I think that's where I was. And because, oh, I remember. I don't like banks or companies because they have no sympathy for what you're going through or for what's happening in your life, obviously. And a lot of people in general don't, especially when their lives have been set for quite some time. They forget, or maybe have never been through hard times, struggles. So a company, I mean, how is a company able to, Sony in particular, they're able to take money, or if they assume, I mean, how do I put this? Bottom line, they will shut your account down, which means all the games that I've bought, and I put thousands of dollars over the years, I'm just tallying it up, over the years, to PlayStation, to video games in general. And I don't feel that it's right that they can close down your account. So you can't access any of your games. If they close it down, they lock it, right? You can't access any of your games. They were claiming that something wasn't paid for, so they had banned my son, and he wasn't able to play. And in order to unban it, you have to pay, which is wrong. And it's like, to me, saying, like, say you purchased your refrigerator, your microwave, and all this other, you know, whatever for your kitchen, but your blender's not paid for. So therefore, we're going to take your microwave and your refrigerator and your sink and everything else. You can't use it. Lights out. You know, that's wrong. That's called robbery, Sony, and you're a terrible company for that. You really are. And video game companies are terrible in general because they pinch money wherever they can. And of course, people are, you know, gamers like to game, so they're going to want to buy it because you, like, the game that's popular right now is Fortnite. Yeah, it was free, but the battle pass isn't free. The monthly service is not free. The skins, the V-Bucks are not free, you know, so it all costs. But anyway, bottom line, they took a grip of money. How do they take a grip of money out of your account? Claim that they're not paid, close down my son's account, and then, hold on one second, someone left the phone in here. Anyway, and then you cannot play any of your games. They lock you out of your account. And I was trying to explain this to, stupid me, a representative, a Sony representative or PlayStation representative, that, you know, it isn't fair, not that they cared. They are like robots. They just repeat their policy over and over again. But it isn't fair to lock their account so they can't touch any of the games that are previously paid for all these years previously that you paid for them. I'm repeating myself now, but I get so frustrated, and honestly, I wanted to make a video that day that just screaming my lungs out because it's highway robbery. Like, how do they lock your account and you can't play any of your material or any of that you've paid for because of one thing that supposedly wasn't paid for, which is under investigation now because it was. So anyway, I won't really be able to do what I wanted to for my son. And I mean, I would love to ask for, if possible, any donations to just, and I hate asking because I don't do that and putting myself out there. I feel like an ass, really. But I love my children with all my heart, just as anyone else does going through a hard time. For his birthday, he asked for his favorite dinner, which is my hot wings with mashed potatoes. All my kids like my hot wings, and my little son doesn't like when I make the super hot ones, so I always make some on the side that are like barbecue flavored, or regular, like, you know, seasoned but no sauce, and then he dips them in ranch or just eats them like that, or puts whatever hot sauce he wants. I like to make my own hot sauce, so my oldest son loves that, and I love him, and I love my kids very much, and I would give them the world if I could, but I don't want them to be spoiled. That's not, I mean, they have stuff they need, and yeah, they have the game systems and things like that, but those are like Christmas gifts, you know what I mean? Like, those are for all of them, and I'm blessed to have that for them. They have a roof over their head, and I always put them first, and that means me having one pair of shoes, the same clothes all the time. Then that's what it is. And trust me, I want better in my life. I wish there's so much I want to say, but I've been trying to find a job forever, and discrimination is heavy and real, because I give my all, you guys. I really do. I'm critical even of myself, and pull myself apart and put myself down inside myself more than ever. I don't try to do that outright or outside of myself, but I'm extremely critical. But I've been on plenty of interviews, and it's just like, I've said this story before. I mean, that's why I even did phone sex a long time ago, back in 2011, because finding a real, quote-unquote, real job is impossible for blind people. I mean, it doesn't matter how many words you type, how much you can memorize, what skill level you have, if you can get there on your own. You guys, I know I may not be the brightest light in the galaxy, or the sharpest tool in the shed, or the prettiest thing ever, or whatever it is that you have to be, the top whatever, because let's face it, I don't know. I can type more than 40 words per minute. I think, anyway. I could take messages. I could do these things. I'm capable, you guys, believe it or not. As long as I'm trained properly, of course, just as anyone else. You can't hand them a job and say, do this, and they have no idea of how that system or that job wants you to do it. Everyone gets some sort of on-the-job training, or at least an explanation of what to do, and that's all I would need. And the assistive technology is available to be able to do these things. However, employers in California may be beautiful, but it's very discriminative, expensive, and judgmental. And I know when it comes to the job market and in other areas sometimes, but it's just the truth. I've tried, you guys. So there are so many judgmental people out there that say, especially Trump supporters, that say that a lot of us have entitlement issues and we don't deserve it, and SSI, how dare we get it, the easy road. This is not an easy road, you guys. I'm blind and I don't like it, and it wasn't a choice. So no matter how hard I work, I will be blind. And no, that doesn't define me, I do. But I'm saying, for those of you who have told me that I think I deserve handouts, no, I don't. I want to work hard, and I mean, I don't, who wants to work hard, but I want to work for things that are meaningful, and I'm just not given the chance. But I would if I could. So whatever I do, I give my all. You guys, I do. I give my all, and I tear myself apart, and I try harder, and I even have to check myself sometimes because, especially lately, I'm too hard on myself to where it's just not good, you know? It's not attractive, it's not cool, and it's stressful. And there's enough stresses in life, in my life, to not be so hard on myself. It's just not fair, and I don't want my kids to do that to themselves. Yes, want more. Don't be complacent. Try harder, you know? But don't beat yourself up so much that you beat yourself down. Anyway, I guess I am putting myself out there. And if anyone would like to help or contribute for me to even get my son something or make him dinner for his 16th birthday, that means the world to me. Or if you would just like to give him something because he's wonderful, or even a card or anything, a message. He's wonderful and he deserves it, I swear. Not a day of trouble, this kid. Not a day of trouble, and I'm proud of that. Like, his teachers love him. In fact, the other day, I had to go to, I didn't have to, I wanted to be a part of it. I love their school, his old school, his brother and sister now go to. They had a reunification process where what happens is if there's some sort of disaster, or it was called the shake-up or the shakedown or something like that. I think a lot of schools did it in California, not sure if outside of California, where the parents can come or whoever's on the emergency card can come and pick them up if in case of an emergency. And there's a process you have to go through. You have to go in, show your ID, get this little card, like I think it's like a release card, and then you go to the front of the office, not the front of the office, the school, and turn that in and take your child home. So it was voluntary if the parents really wanted to go and, you know, be a part of the process, which yes, I did, because I wanted to see how it would work and what we do. I'm also a part of the PTSA there at their school, so I love being a part of anything positive or safety issues, anything like that when it comes to their school. So my daughter now has one of Akira's older teachers. Her name is Mrs. Smith, and it was one of Akira's favorites, actually. So I come up to her and she says, because I haven't really seen her, I'm there, but I haven't seen her since, well, a few years now. And even though I'm at the school all the time, you don't see all of the teachers, you know. But she said, I remember you. And she's like, I was Akira's teacher. And I said, I know, and he remembers you, and he would always talk about her. He loved her. But all of his teachers, and all of their teachers just adore them. They love them very much. My daughter has 2 teachers this year. She's in the 6th grade. So she goes from one teacher to another, and they split up the day. And they love her. They say she's polite and kind. The same thing with Mrs. Smith, said that about Akira, and that he's polite and very kind and a wonderful kid. And for her to just stop me and say that during that process meant a lot. And she's wonderful herself. And also Aiden's teacher, this year, he's got a wonderful teacher. She's so beautiful. She's very sweet, and she has that gift of being great with kids, where kids just want to be around her. Mrs. Parks, the one that we lost, Jenny, who was so beautiful in so many ways, had that also with kids and people in general, where you just want to be around her. And she made everyone feel welcome. That lady, that beautiful soul, always said, come in anytime, and was just always so welcoming. There's a lot. That school is wonderful in general, you guys. They really are. They care about their kids. They may be strict on some things, but they have the best at heart for all these kids, for the kids that go to that school and kids in general. And that's why I love being part of the PTA. I love kids in general, but yeah, I'm gonna go on a tangent. Anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching my videos. I try hard in what I do. My heart is full of love, and I'm not perfect. But I feel like we take our mistakes in life, and for me, owning up to them feels good. Because if you can own up to them, not only can you heal, but others can heal, and you can grow. If you never own up to the mistakes you made, then you can't grow, because you can't admit it and you can't be honest to yourself. When you can be honest with yourself and others, you can grow, and that takes a lot, you know? Like, even if people don't like what you have to say, they can respect it because it's the truth. So anyway, I just want the best for my kids. I want the best for everyone. And I just want to do whatever I can to make sure that I do good while I'm here on this earth, because, well, I didn't have to be here, you know. For whatever reason, I'm here, even though sometimes it's like, why? I don't want to go into that, but I feel like I want to do more, and I don't even know where to begin. Someone told me, a few people have told me that I should be a motivational speaker, and I don't like to repeat that. I feel, oh gosh, like I feel weird saying that, but I'm nothing special. I'm nobody. I just want to help people, and at the end of the day, that's what I want to give, is love and bring good here. So, I don't know. I'm going on a tangent now. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry for such a long video. Not really. I really wanted to talk and shed even a little bit of light on things. If, in fact, you would or would want to contribute, I will put a link down for my PayPal, and I will put a link down for my Facebook if you want to just be a friend. I hope that you all are blessed and well, and I love you. I'm sorry if you all are going through things. We all are. None of us are perfect. All you can do is try. Grow. Be honest with yourselves, and as hard as it is, be honest with others, because that's not easy. No one wants to look bad. No one wants to be wrong. But we're all human. Man, this thing called life is not easy. It's not easy. But no one is better than you. All you can do is pray. You believe in God. Put out positive when you can. And the days that you can't, lean on those who you can. Or drive positivity from what makes you feel good, as long as it's not hurting anybody. But there's good in all of us, I think. Yeah, I know. There are murderers and there are bad people, I get that. But for the most part, like Luke Bryan says, most people are good. We've just been through some bad things. We've made some bad choices. But if we try and we're good to people, it doesn't mean we don't deserve good. So, my ultimate dream is to be able to have a house, a bigger place for my kids, for family to come, so we'll never be homeless again. And just know that I always have the best at heart. And that's all I can say. So for all of you watching still, thank you for watching. If you watched, let me know that you watched the whole thing. My power color is red. I think red is power. I think red is strength. And that's my power color. I like red. Alright, so that's it, guys, and I'll talk to you next time. Much love and peace to all of you.